about these 23andMe and Ancestry.com, you know, where you go and you get your information about where you grew up or where your background is from, what country your family's from. What about these companies? Are any of that data falling into Chinese hands?
You pointed a very good point. You know, when you're focusing on BGI, actually BGI was already being blacklisted on the, you know, your Department of Treasury. They already put it on the entity list to restrict the possible, United States company to work with them. But the other things they didn't pay attention is exactly what you said. You know, those Ancestry.com, it looks like innocuous, but if you look at the 23andMe, all those technology, those startup companies that grown to billion sizes, who control them? They're come back to the Chinese Communist Party. This is why the Mile School has saying you are in an unrestricted warfare, because the CCP coming at you at every single angle, you know. So this is Sequoia. We've talked about Sequoia. Who is Sequoia? Sequoia is the top venture capital investment firm in the world, and it's U.S. firm built in 1970. They're very mighty because they control from big company, tech company, to the smallest startup. You name the names, and you will recognize them, like a Google, like Apple, like Facebook, like, you know, Instagram, all those Nubank, FTX, and what you just said, 23andMe, and more other genomic startups. They control them. They own. They give them the angel investment and a different runs in different Series A and Series B. They invest them. By investing in those startups, they actually gaining board positions to control and steering in terms of where the company going. And most important, they all stealing the data. Okay, these are the spycraft level of stealing information from the United States. That is why we're saying that the CCP is the #1 threat to the U.S.
So, you know, Ava, I actually want to make something very clear. I'm not even sure they're stealing the data. I think United States citizens are handing this data over willingly. I saw things on their data that says, hey, check here, and the small print says, if you don't check the box yes to share your data, we consider that consent. Yes, we can take the data. So we're handing this stuff over, totally unaware of who we're giving it to,
That's right.
what it can be used for, and all of these things. I'm not sure it's stolen. I think literally we walked in and handed them our data, and we do it willingly. And this is like so many things when it comes to data and the Chinese CCP and their firms. We just hand over this data unaware of the damage that